Hello and welcome to today's brochure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Discovery Launch brochure. So this is for the Land Rover Discovery 1, released I believe in 1989, and we're going to be taking a look at the launch brochure, which is quite typical for Austin Rover at the time. You get these slides here which you can use in a slide projector, and you also get a set of photographs as well, which you can also use in various publications. And in the launch pack you also get the... what else do you get? Oh yes, there you go. You get the speech that was given, and this one was actually unveiled in Frankfurt, which is interesting. You also get, and this is something I haven't seen before, the actual curriculum vitae for a lot of people that were involved in the development of the Freelander. So I'm actually not sure who this is. That's somebody called George Simpson, who was the managing director of the Rover Group, apparently. Didn't realise that. There's also a bit of information about the various models that were available at launch. So we had, initially at launch, we had the 3.5 litre V8 available. All very sort of standard stuff for Austin Rover at the time. Develops 144.5 brake horsepower, which is down on... yes, it would be quite down on the V8 carburettor in the SD1, because it's got an 8.13 to 1 compression ratio, but that does give it a really good torque figure for 192 pound-foot at 2,800 RPM. Uses the LT77 5-speed manual and LT230T transfer box, so it really is just basically made up of bits and pieces that were already in the parts bin. In fact, I think the whole lot is very traditional Range Rover. That's a little bit more information about the front and rear suspension, and also the type of steering that it's using, also the type of construction for the wheels, the type of tyres that it comes with as standard, the size of the fuel tank, whether it's unleaded compatible, which it is out of the box, which is certainly forward thinking for the time, and also gives you a bit of information about towing. So towing's actually pretty good. Fully braked, you could carry or tow 4 tons. Without brakes, 750 kilograms. And what else do we have? We have a bit of service data. So it was a 12,000 mile service interval, which was sort of on par with other vehicles at the time. Also have a bit of information about performance as well, such as approach angles, departure angles, ground clearance, etc. Also 0 to 60, fuel consumption, which was 13 to the gallon on a simulated urban cycle, 26.2 at 56 miles an hour, and 19.6 at 75 miles an hour, which is about standard for the time, really. We also have information about the 2.5 litre turbo diesel version. Interestingly, that developed more torque than the V8 petrol. Less bhp, but significantly more, well, not significantly more torque, quite a bit more torque than the petrol. Gear ratios for both are actually identical. There's no difference in the gear ratios. Everything is pretty much the same apart from the engine. I wonder if this can actually tow more than the V8. Nope, towing ratings are identical to the V8. What about performance? Performance-wise, slower 0 to 60 and a lower top speed, which is to be expected, but significantly greater fuel consumption. As you can see there, simulated urban cycle 30.5 to the gallon, which really wasn't too bad. We have another CV, so this is for Chris Woodwark, Commercial Director of Land Rover, and there is a bit about his various career highlights. Seemed to start at BL in 1971 and has been in BL all the way through to Austin Rover. And now he's, in 1989, Commercial Director of Land Rover Group. He was also President of Austin Rover Cars of North America. Yes, that's a venture that went really well. And there's obviously the speech there. So let's have a look at the other CV that we have. So the other CV is for George Simpson. And George Simpson started his career in 1969. He's married with a son and daughter, born on the 2nd of July 1942. And from November 88, he was the Rover Group Managing Director. He's also been involved with Freight Rover. It's also been, that's interesting, Coventry Climax. I didn't realise they still existed in the early 80s. But he did start at BLMC, so BLMC Central Finance Parts Division in Chorley, of all places. So that's interesting. So it looks like the initial launch only had the 3-door version at launch, as can be evidenced by the fact that we don't have any items or articles about the 5-door version. These are the slides, all in colour, and there's a little description on there to tell you what those slides are depicting. Now the bits I like is things like the photographs that you get here. So they were very practical when they came out. Apparently rumour has it that it had this side treatment, the graphical side treatment, because there was a imperfection in the casting of the actual bodywork. So they shoved on these graphics to sort of hide that imperfection. You can sort of see it because it does have traditional Range Rover Classic style panel gaps, and you can see that the swage line there is slightly lower than there. So yeah, you can sort of still see it. It also has that characteristic upsweep like the classic Range Rover on the sill, which is interesting, but then again it is pretty much underneath a classic Range Rover. This is also what they call, it's also the windscreen as well, is very Range Rover Classic. This is what they call a GWAC, so G set of numbers WAC, which means that it is a press launch era car. GWACs are becoming valuable these days actually. This is the 2.5 litre turbocharged intercooled diesel engine. This is the 200 TDI. It was replaced at some point with the 300 TDI. This one also shows it with the, what I guess or assume would have been optional air conditioning, as you can see there. So they were, they were sort of plotting or sort of pitching the range at the middle classes, most definitely. It did give Land Rover something that they could aim at the Mitsubishi Shogun sort of market. If I remember rightly, this model, certainly the 5-door, was also available as the Honda Crossroad. So Honda also had a badge engineered version of the Discovery for I think the JDM market and other markets. That is a side profile shot of the Land Rover Discovery TDI. That's the interior. From what I understand, the interior was designed by Jasper Conran. You can also see extensive use of a lot of Rover 800 style themes, particularly the air vents and certainly the light colour fabrics in there. So certainly sort of aiming at Austin Rover's more executive end of the market. And this is the interior, but with the rather nifty optional rear seats. Added practicality of these storage bins here, and these sort of nice little jump seats, which actually turned it into a 7-seater, so it was actually quite a practical vehicle. Sadly, they're diminishing in numbers, So finding a nice 3-door version like that is becoming more and more difficult as time goes on. So this is what I believe is a description of the Land Rover Discovery being unveiled at Frankfurt. Gives a list of features, so sort of points that you could use during a sales pitch, focusing on numbers. So certainly one thing that you could use if you were trying to sell this is the fact that it can tow. On road it can tow 4 tons, off road it can certainly tow a ton. You can also mention the modern and sophisticated exterior of large glass areas, so the fact that it's light and airy. Has these alpine lights which are very sort of traditional Land Rover, so that's those there. And a distinctive fully integrated interior design including maximum storage areas, ergonomically positioned user-friendly controls and the option of 7 seats, so it really was sort of focusing on family and practicality. Comes into the external body features, talking about the large glass area, also talking about the seat back, 60% asymmetrically split rear seat, fitted with zipped storage bags to retain the front glass hatch when the driver decides to remove it. Maybe that's the sunroof, so you could pop out the sunroof. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there you are. The front sun hatch is a tilt and remove unit, and the rear sunroof is tilt only, so you could actually pop them out for sort of increased airflow, which is quite nice. Talks about the engines. There were only 2 at launch, that being the 2.5 litre turbocharged diesel and the 3.5 litre petrol. 3.5 litre carburetted petrol later changed into a 3.9 litre injected unit, as far as I know. Torque figures were pretty good. The diesel, especially with that 195 pound-foot torque at 1800 RPM. The 300 TDI was even similar power output, but even better. This was a bit of information about the 3.5 litre V8, all aluminium design, which seems to have done service in most Austin Rover British Leyland models over the years. Mentions that it is tuned to run on unleaded fuel. Top speed is only slightly more than the diesel, so you weren't really getting that much more performance. This really goes against everything that I would sort of normally say, but I'd probably have gone for the diesel. You're getting better economy, similar torque rating, which is where it matters off-road. You're getting that torque developed at a lower RPM, and the top speed, certainly the 0 to 60, there isn't really much difference. I mean, why would you go for the V8 when the diesel seems to do everything that the V8 does? Now we're talking about the interiors. So they had, fully integrated and coordinated design of the interior as a major feature of the new vehicle. The interior's textures, fabric and colours are matched in sonar blue to enhance the Discovery's youthful image. So there you are, sort of aiming at the youth. The golf ball textures used on the passenger grab handle, door pulls and gear lever, transfer box gear lever and steering wheel heighten the recreational and leisure appeal of the vehicle. Discovery is fully carpeted, including the load space area, so it really was aiming it at younger people. Stowage is provided on the fascia where air conditioning is not fitted, and on the back of the front seats. Side bins are available next to the rear seat passengers. Stowage for soft items such as gloves and scarves is designed into the stepped roof. That's cool. That's those little sort of cargo net sort of things in the roof. Feature that made its way onto the Freelander, oddly enough, as did the golf ball style grab handle treatment as well. So they really were sort of aiming at a particular market, and it really was sort of aimed squarely at the sort of family sort of family slash executive slash lifestyle market, and a lot of them were sold based purely on those credentials. Bit of information about the instrumentation, which was very, very Austin Rover, you know, sort of typical Austin Rover looking instrumentation. Also talking about some of the optional extra cost features. So we had the twin inward facing rear seats. Can be designed to replace the 2 storage bins in the load space area. The seats, which can accommodate either children or adults, fold neatly and unobtrusively into the lower body side trim behind the glass line. Seat belts are fitted, that's pretty good for the time. Air conditioning is also available, which was good, and certainly in a manner befitting the vehicle. You also had a high specification audio system, which could be ordered to replace the standard Clarion radio cassette. And oh, that's good. You also had push. Is that binnacle mounted push switches? Could that be push pull? I don't know. Next to the steering wheel, bring fingertip control to the drivers. Did anybody proofread this? The switches select the waveband, operate the station seek facility, and adjust the volume. So that really was a selling point at the time. There's not a lot of cars had that sort of remote control facility for the stereo. Renault did with certain models. I think the 25 had it on certain versions with the high-end Philips stereo. And was the 19 out in 89? I think the 19 was just about coming out, so that and the 21 were also available with those features as well. What do you get for the electric pack? So a security pack, that gives you a roller blind style load space cover, detachable storage bag which matches the interior fabric, located by fastenings to the centre console. That's a nice feature, would have probably had that. The electric pack, that gives you electric operation of front windows, central door lock-in for all 3 doors, headlamp power wash, and electric adjustment of the door mirrors, which contain heated elements for de-icing. The option includes a control panel instead of an oddments bin in the centre console, and a coin holder. You could also get a factory-fitted roof rack. Also talks a little bit here about the chassis. So talks about the chassis and also the front suspension. The braking system, the fact that it has power steering, tyre sizes, and it also comes up with colours. So 3 solid colours: Davos, Coralline, Windjammer, and Caracal. Oh. As is Zanzibar metallic silver. That's nice. Okay. 4 mica metallic finishes. Is it mica metallic or metallic? I don't know. Did anybody proofread this? I mean, come on guys, I know it's 1989, but surely somebody proofread it. They are Mistral, Foxfire, Aachen, and Marseille. Mica-metallic finishes are created by introducing... Oh no, they are... It is right, it is mica-metallic. By introducing small quantities of translucent mica particles into the paint to reflect light. When finished with clear lacquer, the result is a high-quality paint finish. Oh, well, I'm sold. You can also get some accessories, which have been over 50 accessories, which have been researched, developed, and styled to enhance the appearance and image of Discovery. That's something motor manufacturers always do when they introduce a new car. They don't call it the Land Rover Discovery or the Rover 800 series or the Ford Granada. They always sort of just call it the model name. So, for example, the 800 comes with, or Sterling comes with, or in this case, Discovery comes with, or Granada comes with. And this is an option on Granada, you know, that sort of thing. So what you get accessory-wise. 3 different types of nudge bar. Whoa. All manufactured in steel, dipped in black nylon, and fully compatible with auxiliary lighting and winch accessories. Yeah, I'm sold. Or an electric winch, that's handy. Yes, definitely go for that. Interior protection, dog guards, load space protectors, waterproof seat coverings, many things to sort of allow you to use your vehicle for that real sort of lifestyle market that it's aiming at. Anyway, let's get on to the exciting bits, which is, if we move all of that over there, this, accessories for your Discovery. Look at that. There it is with the nudge bars, the lights, headlight guards, fog lights, many lighting items for your Discovery there. Let's open it up and have a look. Actually, that's a really nice colour combination. The roof rack, the metallic paint finish, sorry, the mica-tallic paint finish, the alloys as well. That's actually a really good looking vehicle. I can certainly see why they chose it in that colour. Photographs really well against the well, against not aggressive, against the typical British weather style background. Gives a bit of Discovery marketing blurb along in this section, which is all in very small text, and I really can't be bothered to I really can't be bothered to read it. Although apparently the waterproof seat covers, for instance, will allow the transition from wearing wax cotton on Sunday to worsted on Monday. Here, there too, a multitude exclusive combination. So you can wear your wax Barber jacket at the weekend and then sod off to work in your suit, by the sounds of it, I would assume. So we've got many different lighting options. We've got the auxiliary lighting there, so that's the product codes for auxiliary lighting items. The removable lamp guards, there's your item codes there. The nudge bars for nudging stuff. Nice popular item, nice nudge bar there for doing your nudging. And if you want to really protect those Maestro van rear lights, you've got the option to do so. If you need to protect your Sherpa front lights there, LDV, whatever they are, you've got the light guards to do so. Even though they're probably about 25p and they're, you know, available in any scrapyard at the time. So yeah, it really was a parts bin special, the Discovery, but in that sort of typical British way, they managed to make the best of a bad situation. So they didn't have much money to develop it, but they did actually come out with something that was pretty desirable and people wanted to buy. So yeah, but it did have its quality issues. It did have a premature rust in certain areas and other small little issues, but the fact that there are quite a few survivors now and they're still pretty popular in the off-road hobbyist market, it's a testament to sort of just how sturdy they actually were. Whoa, that one's got twin exhaust. That might be the V8. Yeah, I've just thought of a reason why I'd want the V8 version. Twin exhaust, chrome tips. So I don't want the diesel anymore. I'm definitely having the V8 due to the fact that it's got the twin exhaust with the chrome tips. That's me sold. I'd have to have air conditioning as well. There's your waterproof pair of front seat. Oh, they're nice. Luxury carpet mats with the Discovery Mountain logo. That's a really nice little feature. Definitely have those. Have the rubber mats for winter. Probably go for the load space cover and the dog bar, so I can take the dog out in it. Would I go for those inward facing seats? I don't know. I would have air conditioning though, definitely. So I can take it touring on the continent. Oh, that's nice. Have that nice rear tyre cover. Definitely makes a change from the Spirit of the Wolves cover that you tend to see, although I think that's mainly exclusive to Mitsubishi Pajeros and Shoguns. I haven't seen a Discovery with the Spirit of the Wolves spare wheel cover, although I'm sure they are out there. Definitely have some mud flaps. Yep, that's an absolute given. Ooh, stripe treatments. What can I have for stripe treatments? I could have a blue key line, green key line, strobe stripes, or more strobe stripes for those key lines. Yes, yes, I'll have all of it, thank you. Locking wheel nuts, yeah, definitely go for those. What else have we got? Oh, baby seats, that's useful. Though I don't have babies anymore, they're actually sort of more grown-up children and young adults. Inward facing seats, so that's your 7-seat option. Got your warning triangle option as well, which is quite useful. Fire extinguishers, yeah, that could be handy, I suppose. Oh, that's useful. What's this? Equipment storage. Oh, it's lockable. That's cool. Yeah, definitely have one of those. Then what else do we have? The roof rack system, sailboard carrier, rear ski carrier, angled ski carrier, rear steps, side runners. It's interesting, I haven't seen any options for carrying bikes as yet, so it seems certainly at this time that cycling wasn't really a huge hobby for people like it is now. Back then there was a big thing about skiing, certainly in the middle classes, big thing about skiing and basic sort of sailing as well, which is interesting. It's quite interesting how sort of leisure pursuits change over the years. What's all of this then? This is the alarm system you could have. You could have a cellular telephone. Yeah, definitely have one of those. Why not? Oh, you could also have a digital stereo radio cassette compact disc system. Now for £89, that was pretty special. And yeah, I would definitely have that. So that's the remote mounted CD audio auto changer. Holds up to 12 discs. That's pretty good actually. And you have 24 station presets are available across the FM, medium wave and long wave bands, including automatic storage of the 6 strongest frequency modulation signals. The full logic cassette player includes tape program search, noise reduction systems, and is compatible with metal tape. So yeah, bloody high end for the day. Cockpit hand lamp, that's a nice feature. I wonder if those ever come up on eBay. Oh my god, look at that. Remote control for the audio system. What make is it? Panasonic. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see there the Range Rover heating and ventilation controls in the centre there. Near the end now. So what else have we got? Tow bar, always handy. A remote control winch. Combination tow ball jaw something or other. Towing electrics, tow rope, Husky electric winch, winch accessory kit. Yeah, all useful stuff. Certainly stuff I would like to have. Then we're on about the genuine parts. So as you can see there, there's some genuine parts on the van, including some genuine front headlights as well. Also in the van, the LDV van there with its parts. There's a factory. Guess is that the no, it's not the Land Rover factory, surely. No, I don't think it is. There is a man who was once young in the 80s in front of a computer. There's your genuine accessories, genuine parts. Good stuff. And there is the back. There we are. Land Rover Parts Limited, 1989. There's the address. And there we go. Really enjoyed that. I love launch brochures. They're one of the things that I really like, because it's all this drama and marketing blumph, which, you know, sort of is a nice treat of having to sit through the presentations. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I would have loved to have sit through the presentations. It would have been bloody brilliant. I would have enjoyed these launches, and I would have probably enjoyed trying to sell the cars as well. Not that I'm a salesman, but I could certainly give it a go if I'm enthusiastic enough about a car-based product. Anyway, let's see if I can actually shut this. Close enough. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.